Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It is, of course, Expresso on S3. Now, our next guest is Magriet, Groenewald, a renowned South African social media expert and founder of Magriet.co, an online social media business school. The creative guru is passionate about empowering entrepreneurs, business owners, and influencers to show up online and connect authentically, and also to sell more. That's really important too. Now, Magriet joins us this morning to share her journey, insights, and the impact she aims to make in the entrepreneurial world as part of our Woman Who Inspires series. And I'm telling you, just on our conversation we had a bit earlier, I am inspired indeed. Magriet, thank you so much for being here today.
Lovely to be here, and happy Women's Day.
Happy Women's Day. Thank you. You look so beautiful in pink. It's just bringing out your glow. And let's get into this conversation, because you've had a couple of pivots along the way to bring you to the point that you are right now. And you've kind of taken up something a little bit later in your life than you would have otherwise. So what inspired the change from perhaps corporate to becoming an entrepreneur? Talk to me a bit about your journey.
So I worked in corporate and I loved my job, but I came to a stage where I realized, you know what? I'm actually building someone else's dream, living out their dream. But the worst of all is that was while my kids were at home. So I couldn't be a business, I couldn't excel in my career and be a good mom. And because those two values inside of me clashed, it made me really unhappy. And I came to a point in my life where I realized I have to make a change. I have to do something else, take responsibility for where I am. And then I started a sideline business in social media. And then we live in the best times ever with social media. And yeah, so now I get to be a stay-at-home mom and have a business. Best of both worlds.
I think so. I love that you found that compromise and are happy at home, but also at work, right? Talk to me a little bit more about that mindset shift that you went through, and perhaps inspiring other girls or women that want to become entrepreneurs. They say that it all actually starts in the mind and then it branches off from there. So what was going on?
Yes, it's so true. You know what's very important? What I did is I had people that I would aspire to, like it's almost your North Star. And then you have to figure out, what do successful people do? Because success leaves clues. And then you have to show up as if you are already that person. You know, what do they do every day? Because actually it's small little habits and small changes of showing up and you know, becoming that version of yourself that you want to be.
I have this quote that I like to follow: show up as her, because that's exactly it, right?
That's it.
As your higher self, as the person you want to be. Now, what inspired social media in particular? Because there's so many paths you could have chosen. What is it about social media that got you going?
So it's interesting. It actually helped me on my journey to find my own voice. What I also help other women do now, because social media is so transparent. You have to be who you really are, and that puts you on this journey of finding out who am I already. But I studied marketing. I've got my BCom degree, and I came to a point where I didn't know what was going on in the landscape, but also learning about the exciting opportunities of actually starting a business using social media. I mean, 20 years ago, this wasn't possible. And one couldn't start a business without money. Now you can. You can go out on social media and you can go and test out different ideas without having to lose money. So that's very exciting.
Yeah, and talk to me a bit about that, because what sort of strategies can people put in place when it comes to social media to grow their business that you said might cost you money, but also you can start off without it?
Yes, that's the thing. Like, you have to start off without it, because you need to go and test your ideas in the market on social media. So here is the thing. You have to remember that social media is not about you. So we put so much pressure on ourselves with how we show up. It's actually about understanding that each and every one of us have a special gift inside, and we need to give that away on social media to impact other people. And once you focus on the fact that it is about other people, not about you, it becomes easier. Then it becomes easier to show up, because it's not about you anymore.
Oh, I love that perspective so much. Magriet, before I let you go, and this has honestly been so inspirational, do you have just a little bit of advice for anybody else that may want to be making that pivot like you did, maybe sitting at home with their children going, what's the next step? Where do I begin?
Yes, definitely. So you have to start before you are ready, but start with your social media. Start sharing what your passions are and see if it gets traction, and don't leave your job. Start on the side. Start with that passion business on the side and start serving in that area. So yeah, that would be my advice. And use social media. It is there for us and it's free.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Use it to the best of your ability. Magriet Groenewald, thank you so much for joining us today. Absolutely great. All those details to get in touch with Magriet will be found on our Expresso social media pages. So do drop her a message and see exactly how she can guide you through your next big venture, potentially. I'm hoping this for you. That was our Women for Inspire series just for today.